what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channel messages that come through. So let's get into it. I hope that things are going well for you. We're in the throes of Pisces season, and it's been a little intense, right? It's been a little bit emotional. It's triggering. The water element is heightened. It's through the roof lately. And it's just making us feel a lot of feels around what is going on, right? Like what is actually transpiring in our world, in our reality. And the call to make adjustments accordingly. It's not easy, especially when you are feeling the feels. So make sure to be kind, to be gentle with yourself during this time. We're headed into a lunar eclipse, a new moon, or a full moon in Virgo, in a couple days, which lunar eclipses really allow us to kind of go within and recognize, understand where the disconnect is happening. Those emotions and feelings are guides, indicators for us to look at situations a little bit deeper or from a different perspective. So we can kind of rewrite how we're showing up, really like making less of a burden on ourselves in ideal. You know what I mean? But again, it's a beast with all the feels. So we'll start off the reading with an energy cleansing. I like to just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. It also helps kind of clear out some of that limitation, illusion, the places where we're letting things overwhelm us kind of get in the way. It's also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, a situation, a person, etc., that you would like some answers or messages delivered from Spirit. Definitely give that over to Spirit now. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, what is going on for you. Ooh, sorry. I burned myself earlier. So I'm trying to avoid the burn. If you want me to look at your specific situation, definitely hit me up. I would love to support. Or if you're looking for more of a rebalancing of your energy, realignment of mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness counseling. So it's this value of when we are in alignment with ourselves, when we have that awareness, when we have that understanding, it gives us the platform to make better choices leading towards our happiness, our fulfillment, which we all deserve, right? So if you are interested, if you resonate, vibe with my energy, definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. As I said, I'd love to help and support in whatever way possible. All right, Sagittarius, let's get into this. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, All right, so lots of emotions running high. And you feel, I don't know, I'm getting this energy from you of resisting something a little bit. It's not that you're feeling unready, but I feel like, or unprepared, maybe is a better way to say that, but I feel like there's this value of you like hesitating. It might be a little bit of procrastination, like not really wanting to put time and energy into something, into a situation with a person, with a dynamic that feels a little bit exhausting, 100%. I feel like there's some things that have come to light or are coming to light, things that you're seeing where you are kind of putting the brakes on things because there is some adjustment that needs to happen. And I think you see this. I think some of this is like a little frustrating for you because you've already moved through a lot, right? Monarch butterfly is transformation. It is that value of rebirth, right? And I feel like you've worked really hard to get to this place and feel good, feel strong in where you're at. And that's the thing. I do love that energy for you, Sagittarius, because you do feel good, right? You do feel good. So the Griffin, be bold, is in your overarching energy. So this is a supreme, when others seek to unravel you or steal your joy, stand up for yourself, set boundaries, and hold your ground. I love it. I think it's exactly in alignment with where this message is going. Something, this really is, and actually I believe this was in the weekly reading, the overarching energy, this value of comfort and cultivating that comfort for ourselves in our lives. Again, as I was saying in the very beginning, those emotions are indicators of like, what's not comfortable, what doesn't feel right, And yeah, we can not like someone else's actions, but remembering it's their choice. They're going to do what they're going to do. We can only control so much, and usually that's just ourselves, right? And I feel like you've kind of done a lot of work on yourself, but you still are, again, there is this hesitancy, like certain things might not be clear to you in this time. And I feel like in some ways that's where you're pumping the brakes a little bit to make some readjustments, to do some adaptation. Swim toward the sunlight and leave behind the darkness. You have fortitude to adapt. So a lot of where these emotions are getting triggered is because we're seeing people, karmas come up from the past. Situations where people are like testing our boundaries, testing this ability to, I'm hearing like be secure in yourself, or are you going to give in? Are you going to give in to the pressures, to the demands? This value of someone, something who is trying to steal your joy. And I feel like however you've approached this, you're in a position where, I don't know, something's not working and you kind of know that, but you understand it's not just a linear path forward. It's not like you can just make some simple decisions and say like, okay, whatever. This is actually something that you have to be a little bit more inventive, I'm hearing, with this 7 of Cups. I do see you being a little bit on edge, and again, maybe that's where you just like really don't want to deal with some of this stuff. It does look like you're working with someone or something who is doing their best. It might not be what your expectations are, Sagittarius, but they're doing their best, They're doing their best to kind of be supportive in the way that they know how. But for you, I don't know. I think this has it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot of energy from you. And there's something about this situation that feels a little bit off. Or, I'm kind of just seeing it like this person really just, they're in the process, like what they're telling me is they're in the process of healing. So what they're able to give to you right now might not match what you're giving to them. Or, they might not be fulfilling your expectations. And I think you're doing your best to contend with it is what I'm seeing. But there's also parts of this that just aren't working that you do have to put voice to. Because this is about your own comforts in the way that sometimes we just have to be rational. Sometimes we just have to make these kind of harder decisions that the Queen of Swords is really good at making. But I feel like you're still kind of playing around with what that is actually going to look like for you. Because there are a lot of things on the table, a lot of things that make that path, that non-linear path, seem a little bit difficult to either get there or understand what the next steps are. I do see you wanting to be mindful with your decisions, but also understanding that, like, you know, like, you kind of hold the reins is what I'm seeing. You hold the reins, and you know that. I don't think you have ill will towards this person, this situation. It looks like it's something or someone who's been around for a minute, but also what they're able to deliver, that misexpectation that I was talking about, what they're able to deliver is just maybe not what they've promised in the very beginning. And part of this, you know, just realizing it, I feel like part of this adaptation is just acknowledging it to yourself, maybe putting some voice to what you need and seeing how far you get, or just remembering that it's important to cultivate, protect your own comforts, right? Like, we all have to give to ourselves, invest in ourselves first before we can give to other people, or else we do become depleted, or people do take advantage, you know? And so, again, it's that value of taking care of self. It's going to give you more clarity. I think you're kind of, it does show like a little bit, I don't know, like, I feel like you just don't want to get too upset or one way or the other about things. It looks like you're really working hard to stay grounded and balanced, and I think that is a positive thing. Changes do need to happen. We have Pluto energy, and we also have the waning crescent, or the waning gibbous. So basically, it's a lot about releasing. It's about adjusting. It's about making choices and changes for yourself, Sagittarius, that are actually going to honor you and not put other people, other situations first. So you're kind of in a rough spot. Like, you're making decisions so that you're aligning with your success. And whatever this is, as much as the intention is there, the follow through seems a little bit flat. And I feel like that's what you're going to be addressing this week. It does need to be brought to light. It does need to have some clarity around it. This might be a little bit difficult. This might be a little bit difficult for them to hear. But it's also something that they need, because there is some toxicity, and it does show, Four of Cups, them taking certain aspects of this for granted, like taking your kindness for granted is what I'm seeing. So, and like I was saying, it's not because the intention for them is not there. It's just because they can't give it right now. And you know that, and you're ready, willing to plug energy into your success, but in a way that, like, is still fair for everybody involved. So I hope this goes well for you, Sagittarius. Trust yourself. Trust what you're sensing, what you're feeling. There is this, begin believing in yourself. With self-confidence, your path will become crystal clear, right? And there might be something that you kind of gave your power away to, and now it's changing. And not being afraid to claim what you want, to claim your happiness, your joy, your fulfillment, even if it is hard for someone else, or you know, they're just not in the position where they can deliver right now. You know, that sucks, but don't take responsibility for that, right? So I hope this reading helps, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I super appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.